Okay, now let's look at what the change y means. So we said set x to 0 and cat is right in the middle. And if I'm going to say set x to negative 120, where whatever the vertical position of the cat is, so I'm going to, even if I'm going to put the cat here, the cat would move somewhere here because that's where negative 120 is. We're not talking anything about y, we're only talking about the x. As you see, it went up there. If I'm going to say positive 120, irrespective of what the y is, it's going to move right in the middle here. So if I'm going to put it here and then say change set x to 120, it goes there. Same is the thing with y. If I'm putting my cat right in the middle, I'll say just go to x is equals to 0 and y equals to 0. It is right in the middle, and I will change the direction to 90 and leave it alone. And now I'm going to say change y by 10. If I'm going to change y by positive number, it moves up. If I'm going to change the y by negative number, it goes down. Say I will change the y by negative number here, negative 90. It will go right in the middle somewhere here, and let us see what happens. See, that's what happens. And if I'm going to say positive 180, so it goes from this negative 90 to 0, 0 to positive 90. Let's see if that is going to be achieved. There we go. So if you want to set the y to a particular position, so I will say if I want it in the middle, so it's already there in the middle. If I wanted it right on top, I will say 180 and I'll go press and it's right on top. If I wanted it right at the bottom, I'll say negative 180, set y to negative 180. It sends it all the way down. Now, so those are all various different code blocks that we were looking at in the motion section. The most important one that we're going to look at is if on edge bounds. So I'll place this cat on the edge and I'll say if on edge bounds, it bounces and goes away from there. If I'm going to put it here and if on edge bounds, it goes away from there, changing its direction. So I'm going to change its direction now to 45 degrees. I'll say if on edge bounds, it is going to move away and it's going to change its direction. We're going to go, I'm going to put an interesting code block here to see, similar to that of a Pong game. I want this cat to keep traveling in a given direction, and when it touches the edge, it should bounce and should start traveling in the and changing its direction, and it should keep traveling. Let us see how this can be achieved. I'm going to use forever. This time I'm going to say when the flag is clicked. So I will say I want this cat to be moving 10 steps in the same direction as the cat is facing. Alright, so it keeps moving 10 each time and up to when it touches the stage. When it touches the stage, what happens? I'll put a code block here saying if on edge bounds. So it moves 10 steps, it will check if it has already reached the end of the stage. No. And then keeps going 10 more steps, keeps going 10 more steps until it reaches the edge. When it reaches the edge, it turns its direction and then further continues with its 10 steps. So throughout, once I press the enter key, as I said before in the video, when you press the green flag or when the enter key is pressed, both will have the similar effect, and this cat is going to continuously travel on the stage and keep bouncing away from the edges and then keep traveling each time 10 steps ahead. Let us go check this out. I'll go press enter. There we go. It's so quick and keeps traveling. When it reaches the end of the stage, it bounces and then travels. I will change this move 10 by move 2 and then press enter. I'm going to make this cat travel slowly. See, it goes towards the stage, it bounces off the edge and then changes its course and continues to travel at a speed at 2 steps each time. So that's pretty much it with if on edge bounds. but it is more meaningful when used with other code blocks and if it is put inside a loop. So I'll delete this one here and then change the cat to it's 90 degrees back. We're gonna look at these three code blocks here, which tells you what is its current X position. The sprite one's current X position is negative 80.3. That's why it's not somewhere in the middle. If it has to be in the middle, if it were to be in the middle, X would be shown as 0. Let's see here, X is equals to 0 and Y is equals to 0. Let's see the sprite position, X is 0 and the Y is 0 and the direction is anyway shown here. If you go click direction here, it's going to show the direction of the cat. I'm going to change the direction is going to change. If I'm going to change the Y position, it's going to change. If I'm going to change the X position, it's going to change. So we pretty much explored everything in the motion section. I will continue with the looks, sound, pen, and all other sections eventually.